Start out here breaking down a Vitality NAVI Dust2 B Split. First we'll take a look at Vitalities. Their B Split is a much quicker pace. Vitality will send shox, Nivera, and RPK through double doors with ZywOo flashing them out. Once they get out of doors, they'll smoke top box and CT, however Nivera misses the top smoke. RPK flashes twice and these three will make their way up towards window. As they do so, Electronic pushes the CT smoke and RPK kills him. In the meantime, while all this was happening, Apex threw a lurk smoke inside tunnels and he makes his way out to the right structure where he kills Perfecto. ZywOo, who threw the door flash, meets up with Apex and follows it up with a no-scope onto flamie. Site is clear and bomb is planted. NAVI are in a 2v5 after plant and off to safe. Let's look at the players' POVs. shox is one of the mid players. First he's going to hold left suicide to not get spotted from the CT's mid. He doesn't want to give NAVI any info that Vitality are making their way fast mid. Had he been spotted, then that alerts NAVI that there could be a player coming fast mid or short and that they have to pay attention to those areas. Also, since there's no Xbox smoke, it's safer to go down suicide than cross palm tree where an op could be holding. shox will make his way down mid and he's going to wait for ZywOo's flash before going through the doors. Once out, he quickly peeks CT then smokes it. He peeks window and gets flashed out by RPK. shox makes his way towards window and he turns his attention to Electronic, who came through the CT smoke, however RPK gets a kill. His teammates at B from tunnels already got both kills on site and they already cleared it, so he doesn't need to advance into window. shox starts a hunt, so I'm going to skip the rest of the POV. Nivera is also one of the players that's going mid and he's going to go suicide and hold left side with shox. Afterwards he goes mid and he goes up catwalk to possibly fake that Vitality are going up short. He's going to go through the smoke with ZywOo's flash through double doors. Nivera instantly pulls out his smoke, which is a mistake here. In my opinion, he should be gunned out until they quickly clear doors. He will smoke the top box but misses. I'll show you how to smoke top box from his position after his POV. After the smoke, Nivera makes his way to window and turns his attention to Electronic coming through the smoke and assists the kill. Site is already clear, so he doesn't need to advance and he can hold for rotations. To throw the top box smoke, I stand in this corner here and I use this dark wood as a reference point. I aim towards the bottom left of it and left click throw. This smoke will block off the boost to peek anyone going towards window, as well as the solo boost onto the CT box trying to peek over it. RPK is going to be the third player that's going mid. He's going to go tunnels to peek him, and he has no flashes to peek short from his teammates. He goes outdoor with ZywOo's flash. He covers his teammates while they smoke and then he will throw two high flashes. RPK is going to go with his teammates towards window. He turns around and he's going to kill Electronic coming through the CT smoke. If you want, you can have one player from the 3 mid to B hold rotations. You don't necessarily need 3 players to go mid to B and commit to window here. ZywOo has a op and he also has a bomb. He watches across at the beginning of the round, then he will go down suicide. He will flash his teammates through double doors when all 3 are grouped up. ZywOo rushes back to upper tunnels where he makes his way out. When he makes his way out, he's going to kill flamie, who's out to the left, who was shooting at Apex. Then ZywOo advances his site where he plants. Apex will head into tunnels where he's going to be entering out. He will nade and then he will throw the lurk smoke when the CT molly ends, otherwise it could affect the landing of the smoke. I think Apex should have waited for the smoke to bloom before making his way out of tunnels in case the CT spots him. Apex will lurk out to the structure to the right. He clears sight. Apex hears Perfecto shooting and he turns his attention to him and kills him. flamie tries to trade but ZywOo is there to cover him. Him and ZywOo kill both B players and take site. I forgot to mention that had the mid players died, then ZywOo still has a smoke for doors in order for them to cross safely to site. Now I'm going to show you NAVI's B Split versus Astralis. NAVI run it at a much slower pace. They'll work a default and get short control, which I don't show, but when they're ready for the execute, they'll have flamie and Electronic at mid throw the CT and top box smoke. Electronic underhands a flash to go through the door. He makes his way up towards window while flamie will hold rotations. Meanwhile, the other 3, Perfecto, Boomich, and Simple are in tunnels. Perfecto attempts to throw a lurk smoke but misses and it lands in tunnels. Once the smoke fades, they'll flash out tunnels and Perfecto entries onto Magus. He dies a glaive window and Electronic comes through the window and trades. Site is clear and bomb is planted. Astralis are going to save in a 3v4 after plant. Let's look at the players' POVs. flamie's going to throw the mid to B CT spawn smoke. He gets up to Xbox and he aims here and left clicks. He'll back up and jump through a flash CT mid before Electronic crosses to B. Flamie comes outdoor afterwards and he'll watch rotations, especially if anyone tries to come through the smoke. I'm going to skip the rest of the round here because Astralis are going to save. Electronic is going to smoke top box from Cat. While standing, he positions himself with this white mark here. He's going to aim here, then jump throw. He'll underhand a flash outdoors and his pathing will be towards the right up to window because the smoke he throws will block off the CT spawn boost. Dupreeh, who is boosted, won't be able to spot him going up towards window. Electronic should not go through door because he can be spotted on the boost as well as over smoke and CT spawn. Electronic's going to make his way up window and kill Glaive. Sight is clear and Astralis chooses to save, so I'm going to go to the next POV. Let's take a look real quick at Dupreeh's POV. He's boosted up in CT and he can't spot Electronic coming out mid to B towards window due to the smokes. I have X-ray turned off here, so you could get a live view of what's going on and how effective these smokes are. And the pathing to the right, how Electronic took towards window, is very important. You saw here that had Electronic go towards doors, then Dupreeh could spot his legs. Perfecto tries to throw the B lurk smoke, but he misses and the smoke blooms inside the tunnels. Then he jump spots and sees that the smoke is messed up. NAVI are going to wait the smoke out. Had the smoke landed, NAVI would have waited it out as well because you could see on the radar the mid players are nowhere near to throw their smokes. I think NAVI used the lurk smoke to bait out utility. Once the smoke begins to fade, Perfecto enters out and kills Matches. He goes through Astralis' molly and heavily tags Glaive before dying. Boomich has bomb and he has a set flash to entry out tunnels. He will position himself on this box and while standing, he aims here and he left clicks. He'll be the second player out afterwards. Tunnel gets mollied and Boomich decides to wait for simple smoke rather than go through it. Afterwards, he mollies door before crossing because I think he thinks the spawn smoke's faded and the molly makes it harder for anyone in CT to spot door cross. He's going to plant the bomb for tunnels. Simple has a rifle this round. He's going to molly double doors mid to clear anyone behind it. Then he heads back to tunnels and for the execute, he attempts to flash Cubby but misses. He'll smoke out the tunnel molly Astralis through and advance to site. Nothing else too interesting from Simple's POV since both Astralis B players are dead. And the remaining members opt to save, so I'm going to skip the rest of the POV. To wrap up, NAVI and Vitality use the double smokes for the B split on Dust2. You could do a fast or slow take with the smokes. The top smokes block off the CT boost and allows your team to safely wrap to window. You could also do the same take, but throw it in as a fake and go short to A. If you liked the video, please upvote, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, not out here, peace.